It looks healthy, but it's sabotaging your sleep. You spent the day eating as balanced as possible. You avoided fats, sweets, fried foods. But when the evening comes, that little urge for something light, something natural, just a piece of fruit before bed starts to show up. After all, fruit is healthy, right? Wrong. What few people know, and almost no one talks about, is that some fruits, no matter how natural and healthy they appear to be, can seriously disrupt the body of someone over 60 when eaten at night. We're talking about issues like insomnia, nighttime restlessness, increased blood pressure, digestive discomfort, and even an increased risk of nighttime confusion, imbalance, and falls. And the most dangerous part? These fruits are probably in your home right now. They're served in hospitals, included in diet plans, and recommended in health magazines. But in older bodies with slower metabolism and more sensitive digestion, these fruits become silent saboteurs after dark. If you care about your health or the health of someone you love, consider subscribing to the channel and sharing this video. These messages can save lives. The first fruit on the list may look harmless, but it has been quietly raising your blood pressure and disturbing your sleep for years. Even worse, many people believe it helps them relax, when in fact, it can cause adrenaline spikes and an increased heart rate just a few hours after going to bed. Let's talk about that fruit now. The fruit that seems light but raises blood pressure. This fruit is often offered as a light dessert. It's practical, sweet, has a pleasant texture, and is present in nearly every household. We're talking about the banana. What most people don't know is that when eaten at night by people over 60, the banana can become a silent trigger for high blood pressure, fluid retention, and poor quality sleep. Bananas are rich in tryptophan, potassium, and carbohydrates, which sounds good in theory. But in an older body with slower metabolism, these nutrients, especially at night, can cause an insulin spike. This spike leads to the release of adrenaline, which disrupts the body's transition into rest mode. Have you ever woken up around 2 or 3 a.m. with a racing heart or sudden heat in your face or hands? That may not be a nightmare. That may be your body reacting to a banana consumed at the wrong time. There's more. Bananas contain natural fructose, and in excess, especially when the body is at rest, this puts stress on the liver and affects blood sugar regulation. What seems like a healthy snack can quietly fuel a cycle of hormonal imbalance and metabolic disturbance during the night. You might think, but what if I eat just half a banana? Even a small amount can cause the same reaction. Because the problem is not the quantity, it's the timing and the state of the body. That's why the recommendation is clear. Avoid bananas at night. Eat them in the morning or early afternoon, when your body is still active and better equipped to handle natural sugars. If that surprised you, the next fruit will be even more shocking. It's known as calming and gentle, but it can cause insomnia, bloating, and acid reflux in older adults. And now we'll talk about that one. The fruit that causes bloating, gas, and insomnia. It's green, fresh, pleasant in texture and aroma, often included in fruit salads, juices, and light meals. We're talking about the green apple. Green apples, especially the more acidic varieties, may seem light, but for older adults, they can lead to gas, abdominal pressure, acid reflux, and interrupted sleep when eaten at night. The peel of the apple contains insoluble fibers that are hard to digest. In younger people, these fibers help cleanse the intestines. But in older individuals with slower digestion and tendencies toward constipation, these same fibers can ferment in the stomach overnight. The result is bloating, gas buildup, and discomfort that keeps the body alert when it should be resting. Additionally, apples contain malic acid, which can irritate the stomach lining in people with gastritis or sensitivity, especially in those taking daily medications. The body is trying to rest, but the digestive system is active, inflamed, and overloaded, all because of a fruit eaten at the wrong time. Apples are excellent during the day, especially in the afternoon. But at night, they can quietly become enemies of restful sleep. And there's one more issue. Many older adults do not chew apples properly. With dentures or missing teeth, the fruit enters the stomach in large pieces, making digestion even harder and promoting fermentation. Fermentation at night means shallow sleep, gas, bloating, and that familiar feeling of waking up exhausted or unable to turn comfortably in bed. If you often wake up with a swollen belly, mild burning in your throat, or pressure in your chest, it may not be stress or food intolerance. It may simply be the apple. And what comes next is even more surprising. The next fruit is known for being rich in antioxidants and is often included in detox diets. It's vibrant in color and associated with youthful energy. But for older adults, especially at night, it can cause rapid heartbeat, night sweats, and joint pain. Let's talk about it now. The fourth fruit on the list: colorful, antioxidant, and dangerous at night. It's vibrant, beautiful, rich in antioxidants, praised for its anti-aging properties, and often found in detox diets. But it's also one of the most dangerous fruits for people over 60, especially when eaten at night. We're talking about the grape, especially the purple grape. Yes, grapes do have benefits, but everything depends on the amount, the timing, and, most importantly, the condition of the body. Grapes are high in fructose and glucose, which are rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream. They act like a fast-acting natural sugar boost, disguised as a healthy snack. When consumed at night, grapes can trigger blood sugar spikes, followed by a surge in insulin and even adrenaline. That leads to an increased heart rate, internal agitation, and micro-awakenings that ruin deep rest, even if you don't remember waking up. These sugar spikes also interfere with melatonin production, making it harder for the body to enter a deep sleep state. And there's more. Grapes are also rich in tannins, which can irritate the digestive system and trigger gas, mild diarrhea, and abdominal discomfort, especially in people with sensitive guts or those on regular medications. Many people believe grapes are light and harmless before bed. That's the trap. In an aging body, unused sugar stays in the bloodstream and fuels inflammation during sleep, especially in the joints. The result may be night sweats, pain in the hips and shoulders, morning fatigue, or even waking up with that mysterious sense of heaviness in the body. The best time to eat grapes is before 2 or 3 p.m. After that, they may begin silently harming your rest and recovery. And the next fruit may appear even more harmless. It's nearly transparent, often included in weight loss diets, and commonly served in hospitals. But beneath that innocent surface, it hides risks for your memory, your bladder, and your sleep quality. The fruit that seems like water but disrupts the gut and memory. It's light, refreshing, full of water, considered neutral, and often served in fruit salads, detox juices, and hospital trays. We're talking about the watermelon. At first glance, it seems like the safest fruit possible. But for people over 60, eating watermelon at night can cause more harm than good. Watermelon is over 90% water. That means it stimulates frequent urination, especially in the hours after it's consumed. For young people, this is usually harmless. But for seniors, especially those with an overactive bladder, prostate issues, or those who take diuretics, this can lead to multiple nighttime trips to the bathroom. And fragmented sleep in the elderly is especially dangerous. Each interruption in deep sleep affects memory, hormone regulation, and mental clarity. Watermelon may seem like a light snack, but it can slowly erode your rest and health. There's another issue. Watermelon has a high glycemic index, and its sugar is absorbed quickly. This can trigger reactive hypoglycemia in sensitive individuals, especially when consumed at night. The result: cold sweats, lightheadedness, weakness, confusion, and a hollow feeling in the stomach in the middle of the night. You may think it's anxiety or stress, but it could be the effect of eating watermelon at the wrong time. On top of that, watermelon's high water content dilutes stomach acid, making it harder to digest any food eaten before it. That can create gas, bloating, and mild acid reflux, even in people who normally don't suffer from it. Watermelon is best eaten in the early part of the day, ideally before 5 p.m. After that, it becomes a silent contributor to insomnia, brain fog, and fatigue, especially in aging bodies. And the next fruit is even more shocking. It's tiny, colorful, trendy, and often labeled a superfood. But at night, it can cause joint inflammation, muscle pain, and mood swings in people over 60. The tiny fruit that can cause pain and mood swings. It's small, colorful, visually appealing, and often promoted as a brain booster and anti-aging food. We're talking about berries, especially blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, and other red fruits. Yes, they are rich in antioxidants and flavonoids. But the time they're eaten makes all the difference. And when consumed at night by people over 60, they can become a serious problem. Berries have high acidity and enzymatic activity, which stimulates digestion. That's great during the day, but at night, when the body is preparing to rest, it causes agitation, digestive pressure, and even irritation in older bodies. Common side effects include mild inflammation in the joints, increased urination, abdominal bloating, and a restless feeling that interferes with sleep. And the consequences don't stop there. These fruits stimulate the nervous system. They increase dopamine and norepinephrine, neurotransmitters that promote focus and energy. But at night, they interfere with the natural production of melatonin and serotonin, both essential for restful sleep and emotional stability. If you wake up feeling irritated, tired, stiff, or in a bad mood, these fruits might be involved, especially if they were part of your evening snack. Most people don't suspect berries. They're small, pretty, and associated with youth. But in an aging body, they stimulate when the body wants silence. That's why they should be eaten only in the early part of the day, ideally before 2 p.m. After that, they stop being helpful and begin to quietly undermine your rest, joints, and emotional balance. Now we come to the last fruit on the list. It's soft, sweet, widely considered soothing to the stomach, and often recommended for digestion. But in people over 60, it can cause fluid retention, morning confusion, and even nighttime blood pressure drops. The last fruit on the list, sweet, gentle, and silently harmful. It's soft, sweet, has a mild taste, and is considered soothing for digestion. It's often included in diets, served in hospitals, and recommended for seniors. We're talking about the pear. At first glance, it seems harmless, and during the day it often is. But when eaten at night by people over 60, it can quietly become a problem. Pears contain fructose, soluble fiber, tannins, and mild laxative compounds. These can support digestion during the day. But at night, especially in older adults taking medications, they can lead to gas, fermentation, abdominal discomfort, and nighttime bathroom trips. Another issue is the pear's high water content, which increases urine production at night. In seniors with a sensitive bladder or prostate issues, this causes repeated interruptions to sleep, each one draining the body and mind just a bit more. Worse, pears can trigger nocturnal hypotension, a drop in blood pressure that causes dizziness and disorientation upon waking. This increases the risk of falls, confusion, and morning fatigue. Many older people live with a constant sense of imbalance or disorientation in the early morning and never connected to the food they ate the night before. The pear is not forbidden, but it should be eaten earlier in the day. After 5 p.m., it can go from being helpful to being a hidden burden. If you've related to any of these points so far, then you're likely already feeling the effects of these foods without realizing it. And now that you've recognized them, the next step is to understand what to do instead. What can you eat? What habits need to change? And how can you help your body heal, gently, day by day? What to eat at night instead of these fruits? After everything you've learned so far, the natural question is, what can older adults eat at night without harming their sleep, digestion, joints, or memory? The good news is, you don't have to eliminate all fruits. You just need to know which ones, when, and in what amount. The key is replacing the harmful options with those that are more compatible with the slower, more sensitive metabolism of older bodies. Avocado, rich in healthy fats, low glycemic index, naturally calming. Avocado helps produce serotonin and melatonin. A small spoonful with lemon before bed can reduce anxiety and improve your morning mood. Papaya in small quantities. Yes, papaya is a mild laxative, but in moderate portions, and without combining it with other foods at night, it can relieve constipation without causing gas or fermentation. Ideal for those who wake up with abdominal discomfort. Cooked or baked apple without skin. Cooking alters the structure of its fiber, making it easier to digest. It doesn't ferment and also helps the liver process waste from the day. Green banana puree or biomass. Not sweet, doesn't spike insulin, and feeds the good bacteria in the gut. A spoonful at night strengthens the intestinal flora without overactivating digestion. Quantity is essential. Even healthy foods, if eaten in excess or in the wrong combination, can cause harm. Another crucial point: do not mix fruit with protein or dairy at night. The aging body needs simplicity, clean digestion with few elements at a time. At night, the body does not want energy. It wants rest. If this message helped you, leave a comment. Just right, now I understand. Your words might inspire someone else to start their change too. The warning signs your body is giving. Many older adults live for years with recurring symptoms they consider normal with age. But what they don't realize is that the body gives clear signals that something is wrong, especially when the wrong fruits are eaten at night. Trouble falling asleep, waking up multiple times, fatigue upon waking, swelling in hands and feet, morning stiffness, joint pain, dizziness when standing, tingling in the arms, sudden heat or cold sweats. These may all be connected to what you're eating in the last 2 hours before sleep. Most people blame age, high blood pressure, or medication side effects. But often, the true cause is the food on their plate. Fruits high in fructose, with hard-to-digest skins, high glycemic load, or mild laxative effects, create subtle but constant stress on the body. The body goes into physiological alert mode when it should be resting. And when this happens night after night, the damage accumulates. The exhaustion you feel in the morning is not just physical. It's neurological. Your brain didn't get the time it needed to repair. Your thoughts are slower. Your gut is stressed. Your liver didn't finish its job. Even a small fruit or natural juice at night can create invisible waves of internal agitation. The body doesn't shout. It whispers. A stiff neck, fatigue in the eyes, an unpredictable bowel, mood swings, minor memory lapses. None of this is just age, and it's definitely not normal. Your body is asking for help, and that help begins with awareness. Change begins with awareness and simplicity. Your body doesn't ask for miracles. It asks for relief. It asks for silence. It asks for simple decisions that respect the natural rhythm of age. When your food matches your body's timing instead of overwhelming it, everything changes. Sleep deepens. Pain subsides. Thoughts become clearer. Digestion stabilizes. Energy returns. Your emotions balance. Eating well isn't about eating more or following extreme diets. It's about eating consciously. Fewer combinations. More natural choices. Smaller portions with greater value. At night, the body doesn't need stimulation. It needs recovery. When you understand this, you gain years of quality life back. No pills. No fear. No restriction. Just observation and care. What ages the body is not time. It's inflammation, sleep fragmentation, silent fermentation, ongoing digestion that never pauses. It's possible to feel light again. It's possible to wake up with energy and clarity. It's possible to sleep without pain, without tension, without fatigue. And if you've made it this far, it means your body is ready for change, and you're ready to listen. Share this message with someone who needs it. So many are suffering in silence, not knowing the cause. This truth can be the first step out. Leave a comment. Just right, now I understand. Your words might be the light someone else is waiting for. And if you haven't yet subscribed, do it now. Here we speak clearly, without fear, without exaggeration. Only the truth that helps you live better. Your body isn't failing you. It's speaking to you. And now, finally, you're listening.